Now it's time for an exercise. Download the attached starter notebook and try to solve it by yourself. I have also attached the solutions notebook. If you get stuck, check just that part of the solution from the solutions notebook or from this video and continue. At the end, come here and see my solution. Now let's pause the video and begin. Hello, I hope you did well on the exercise. Now let's solve it together. It says select first and the last characters of the string. Also select Python using slicing. Let's do this. Text 0 to get the first character. And if I run this, I'll get P at the beginning. And also write text -1 to see the last character of the string. It is the exclamation mark. And also let's slice this string. I will take this Python word in here and we are going to start from index 0, so we don't need to write anything to it. I will start with a colon, and after that I will select the first 6 characters. So this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we will take index 5 at the end. So we are going to write it 6 because, as you remember, this is exclusive. So if I run this, I'm going to get Python. Okay, let's get to the second one. It says concat text and new text using plus operator, and don't forget to leave a blank line between them. After that, assign it to text again. Let's write text is equal to, we will start with this text plus, and put a blank line between them, also plus operator and new text. If I call text in here, and I will see this expression. Python is great, right? Okay, now let's get to this one. It says write the same expression again, but add Python with dot format methods. So we are going to get this expression. Let's do this. Text is equal to open quotes and put braces at the beginning because we will add this Python with format method. Okay, is great. And write. After that, we need to write dot format and put Python in here. Okay, if I call this text again and run this, I'm going to see the same expression, but this time we got it from this dot format methods. Okay. Do the same thing with fstring. Define a variable first and assign Java to it. In the fstring expression, use this variable and change it to JavaScript. Let's do this. Let's create a variable as language and assign Java. Okay, after that, text is equal to, we will start with fstring, and I'm going to open and close braces in here, and write is great. Right. Okay, we are going to take this language in these braces and add script to the end of it. Script. And this is going to give us JavaScript, and we have performed an operation in those braces. After that, if we call text and run this cell, we are going to get JavaScript is great. Okay, let's do this. Define text is equal to Python is great right again and change all characters to uppercase. Let's copy this and paste it in here. And after that, I'll just write text dot upper and run this. This is going to give us Python is great right in all uppercase. Okay, let's see this one. Now it says save the string to another variable in lowercase, and there is a note. Let's read it. Since strings are immutable, we cannot change them with the methods. We need to assign the string to another variable or to the same variable again in order to use the change version. Let's do this. I'm going to write lower is equal to text dot lower. Now we have the lower version of this text in this another variable, and the text is still the same. Okay, if I call first, let's call text in here. Python is great, right? And if I call lower, I'm going to see that this P and this R are in lowercase. Okay, let's capitalize the first character from this one. I will call lower dot capitalize, and that's all. If I run this, I'll get this one. Let's capitalize all the words. That means we need to use title method in here. Title, and let's run this. Now we have all the words are starting with uppercase characters. Okay, let's take the text variable again and split it in two pieces using the exclamation mark. Let's write text dot split and put the exclamation mark in here. And if I run this, I'll get a list of strings and they are separated from this exclamation mark. Okay, split using these spaces. Let's do the same with spaces. Text dot split. I don't need to use anything in here because it is using the space white spaces as the delimiter by default. If I run this, I'm going to get Python is great, right? And there are four elements in this list. Okay. Find the length of the list that you get from the split method. We can assign it to a variable, or we can put it directly in this length function. Let's write len text dot split. Okay, if I run this, I'm going to get 4. This is the element count of this list. Okay, split the list again using spaces, reach the question mark, and assign it to a variable. Let's do this. I'm going to create a variable named question, and this will be text.split. This is going to give us a list, and we are going to reach this question mark, so we need to reach the last element of this list first. So I will use indexing and write -1 in here. This is going to give us this whole expression, going to give us this string, and after that, to get the question mark, I am going to use indexing again, and I will write -1 again because it is the last character of the string. And if I run this, why I didn't call the question. If I call the question and run this one more time, I'm going to get the question mark from this expression. Okay, now let's do the same thing for the exclamation mark. Before doing it, I want to call this one more time to see it in here, see the list. Okay, now we are going to get this exclamation mark. Let's define it, exclamation, and this will be equal to text dot split. Now we have this list in our hands, and we need to get the third element of it. We can get it by indexing with 2. Okay, 0, 1, and 2. We can also do it with -2 actually, -1, -2. Let's do it this way. And again, it is now we have this string, and we need to get the last character of it. And I will write just -1 in here. And if I call exclamation in here and run this, we are going to get this exclamation mark. Okay, let's see this one. Replace the spaces with new lines, and also add new lines to the beginning and at the end of the string using plus operator. Assign it to another variable called new lines and print it. Let's do this. Create the variable, and this will be equal to, first I will replace the blank lines with new lines. Replace the first thing is the old value, which is blank line, and put the new line as the new value in here. Okay, now we will add the new lines at the beginning and end of the expression using plus operator. This is at the beginning, and put 1 at the end. Okay, now let's print this new lines. Okay, now we see its new version. There are new lines at the beginning and at the end, and we also see every word in a new line in this output. Okay, let's get to this one. Get rid of the new lines at the beginning and at the end using a method. Assign the result to the same variable and print it. Let's do this. New lines, the same variable name will be equal to new lines again, and the method will be strip. This will erase the new lines at the beginning and at the end. Let's print the new version, new lines. Okay, as you see, those lines at the beginning and at the end are gone now. Okay, replace the new lines with underlines. Assign it to a variable called underline. Underline is equal to new lines. We will use replace method again, and the old value this time will be a new line, and the new value will be an underline. Okay, let's call underline in here, and we get it like this. New lines are gone, so we see it in a just one line now, and uh, rather than the spaces at the beginning, we now have underlines between them. Okay, let's get to this one. Find the number of underlines using in the string. Underline, and the method we need to use in here is count methods to find the number of the lines, underlines, and put the underlines in here. If I run this, I'll get 3 because there are 1, 2, 3 of them. Find the index of first underline in the string, and the method that is needed to be used in here is the find method. Underline find, and we will put the underline again, and if I run this, I will get 6, which is the index of this first underline in here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now let's get to the last one. Split this string using the underlines and join them back with spaces in place of those underlines. Assign the result to text again. You can do this in one line, but if you need more than one line, it's completely okay. Let me first call underline in here to see what we are going to apply those operations on, and it is this string. Now let's try to do it in just one line. Okay, text is equal to underline, and I'm going to split this using the underlines in it. And if I call this, I'm going to get a list. This is a text. We write text in here, but we are going to change this. Okay, now we got this list. Now we are going to combine those parts of the list, elements of the list, with spaces between them. And we need to use join method for this. Let's take this expression into a parenthesis and write join in here. And at the beginning, we need to write the delimiter, and it is a space. After that, we need to put a dot in here. So with this one, we are going to join this list, which is this one, and we are going to put spaces between them. If I call this, we are going to get this string at the end, and this is the correct version that we are looking for in here. Okay, this was all for this exercise.